Music tones are off.
Okay, good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. My name is Haziq Ali. I'm a revenue acceleration coach, a self esteem development expert, and I am also the host of Black to the Future. This is a game show that we've done every Friday for the entire Black History Month. Give me a replay, gang, if you're watching a replay. I am super excited about the idea that maybe you and I are going to get to learn something new today about our history. I said it before, I'll say it again. People without a knowledge of their history is like a tree without roots. A people without knowledge of their history is like a tree without roots. So we're going to get busy today. Make sure you share this with somebody who may need to know that there is a reason that our people are sort of relegated to this last place, position in a real life game of Monopoly, right? There's a reason that it's going like this, but we can do something about it, y'all. So, make sure you spread the word. This week, what we're going to win, because a lot of times what I say is that you are going to win Color Me Millionaire, the world's first vision board coloring book. I also talk sometimes about how you're going to win, African American history facts, question set 1 and 2. But today, because this is the last edition, you're also going to win free admission to this weekend's Kaizen Academy. If you're already a member of the Kaizen Academy, or if you've already purchased this particular class, it's all good because you can use the admission for a teammate or an employee or a friend or a family member. But that's what we're going to do today. You get to win the coloring book. You get to win the African American history set. But on top of all of that, you're going to get free admission to this weekend's Kaizen Academy class, which is all about closing for part-time business owners, right? So if everybody is ready, let's get into it. All right. This first one I got for you. Yeah. Bring Sue onto the Black History Game Show. I love it, Jess. That's what I'm talking about. All right, check it out. My first question for you this morning. Everybody ready? All right. And as always, I want to remind you that the whole play here, yeah. Grover checking in, YouTube gang in the house, my man Adam. All right, let's get it, Damon. Yeah, let's go. All right, so we always hear about Black Wall Street, but what I want to hear about this morning is that what is the name of the city in Raleigh, Durham that was just like Black Wall Street? What was the name of the city in Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina that was exactly like Wall Street? We know Black Wall Street was in Greenwood, right? We know Greenwood was Tulsa, Oklahoma, and all of that. But I want to hear from somebody. What was the name of the spot in Raleigh, Durham that was exactly like Black Wall Street? Who has that one? You got 30 seconds. Let's go. Let's go. And you got to give it a share before you answer if you want to win. You got to give it a share. You got to spread the game to everybody. You know what I mean? Wilmington, that's close. We got about 15 seconds left. All right. We got about 15 seconds left. What is the name of this district? It's now part of the city of Durham, North Carolina, that also was like Black Wall Street. Had something like 200 businesses, all along the Fayetteville lines, the Fayetteville and Pettigrew lines. All right, it was called Little Haiti. or really it was just called Haiti, the Haiti district. All right, so nobody got that one, and it's all good. You know what I mean? You just now learned something. Yeah, the Haiti district in North Carolina, which is now a part of the city of Durham, it was literally just like another Black Wall Street. It was cold-blooded. Yeah. Allie. I know Allie repping North Cac. Did you know that, Allie? Somebody say Haiti. Hayti. It was actually pronounced Hayti. It was actually pronounced Hayti. Hayti, y'all. Hayti. It's now part of the city of Durham, North Carolina. Shortly after the Civil War, it was something like, yeah, I love it. That's what we're here to learn this morning. You know what I mean? A bunch of freedmen came to work in tobacco warehouses and all of that. And by the early decades, yeah, hey Ty Grover, appreciate that. And by the early decades of the 20th century, we had more than 200 businesses that were operated all along that Fayetteville, Pettigrew, Pine Streets, and those formed the boundaries of Hayti. So pretty good, pretty good. All right, that was just a little warm up. I got another one for you. What uncle, right? What great uncle of Langston Hughes, the famed poet of the Harlem Renaissance, became the first Black man to become a lawyer? What Black man was the first one to become a lawyer? You know, and what's cold is his great nephew was pretty ill with the words too. His name was Langston Hughes, right? But who was the first Black man to pass the bar in Ohio in 1954? Got about 20 seconds left. 20 seconds left. Give me a share so you're ready to win something. Give me a share so you're ready to win. If you're just tuning in, you can win a copy of Color Me Millionaire, the world's first vision board coloring book. You can win a copy of African American History Facts, question set 1 and 2. And then also you get free admission to this weekend's Kaizen Academy. And if you're already enrolled, you can just give it to a friend. Hey, that's exactly right, Bryant. That's exactly right, Bryant. John Mercer Langston was his name. John Mercer Langston, right? He passed the bar in Ohio of 1854. He was actually elected to the post of town clerk for a city in Ohio named Brownhelm, of all things. But John Mercer Langston, somebody give me that in the comments. John Mercer Langston. Y'all like, damn, man, where's the questions about Martin Luther King? Right. You know what I mean? Our history did not start with Martin Luther King, damn it. He was also, the reason I mentioned that town clerk election is that also made John Mercer Langston one of the first public officials. He was one of the first Black elected public officials in American history, right? He was one of the first Black people to ever get elected to public office. John Mercer Langston. Yeah, appreciate that, Jonathan. Appreciate that, King. Yeah, Michelle. John Mercer Langston. He was also the great uncle of Langston Hughes. Yeah, Jonathan. So if you win it, baby. We ain't gonna stop you from winning it. Now, if you just want to purchase a few of them and give them out, all you do is go to millionaireminded.com. Millionaireminded.com, and you can just order a few of them, bro. All right. Here's the next one I got for you. Who was the first? And this one's a little bit easier. This difficulty level. It's a school named what there, Jonathan? And where you at? What city you in? What city you in? That's very interesting. My man Jonathan said there's a city named, I think he's saying after John Mercer Langston. Oh, I'm from DC. Oh, Mercer is named for John Mercer Langston? Is that a fact? Yeah, John Merson Langston Grove. Exactly. All right, tell me this. Who is the heavyweight champion from Galveston, Texas, who became the first African American to hold the world heavyweight champion boxing title? He was actually pardoned by Donald Trump. He was pardoned by Donald Trump for the crime of taking a white woman across state lines. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's right, Kermit. Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson got yep, Bryant got it too. That's right. Kermit said it twice. Kermit knew that one. All right, so they also oh snap. Appreciate that, Earl.
All participants are muted and they can unmute themselves.
Earl said he won that one. All right, Earl. So I got I know Kermit showed up in the comments first. If anybody wants to call in on the live line so you can participate, then you can do it like that too. All right, but from the comments, it looked like Kermit won that thing. Yeah, that was Jack Johnson. Kermit said they made a law against him called the Dow's Act. I didn't know that. What I can tell you is that he defeated a cat named Tommy Burns in 1908, and he held the title for 7 years, about 7 years, till he got defeated in 1915 when Jess Willard won in the 26th round. They fought in Havana, Cuba. Can you imagine a fight lasting 26 rounds? Oh my God. And your boy Donald Trump actually pardoned him years later, right? When he won against Jim Jeffries, they called that the fight of the century. Yeah, facts, Jonathan. Trump pardoned him because he got arrested for he got convicted of taking his white girlfriend across state lines. He eventually married her. You know. What was that law about? Somebody want to know? Kermit, you got some game for us on that? What was the Dow's Act about? I guess we could Google it. But I would love to know that myself. Who is trying to FaceTime me right now? The hell? Oh, you saying they created a law? I thought you were saying that they created a law after he got arrested. Duh. Why would they do that? All right. All right, check it out. This young lady at the age of 15 refused to give up her seat on a public bus about 7 or 8 months before Rosa Parks. What was her name? Now, don't forget to win. You also got to share it. Don't forget to win. You also got to share it. Don't forget to win. You also got to share it. Hey, Kermit, did you share this with somebody?
Claudette.
Who's that?
This is Vanika. Her name was Claudette. Claudette. Her last name started with a C.
All right, you're real close. A bunch of people said Claudette. December 1st, 1955 is when Rosa Parks refused to relinquish her seat. But about 8 months before that, on March the 2nd, Claudette Colvin. There we go. There we go. So Vanika scored that thing. Looked like Bryant Wilson was second. Vanika, have you shared this already? All right. If you didn't share and you called in on the live line, we still gonna give you access to Kaizen Academy. So you still gonna get a free ticket to the Kaizen Academy, Vanika. And if you already enrolled, then you can give it away. All right, Grace and Favor Ross. Grace and Favor Ross, you get to come to the Kaizen Academy for free this weekend as well, because it looks like you were second. Bryant Wilson scored too. Jamie scored as well, but we were looking for the first and last name, and so it looks like Bryant Wilson got that joint, and then Grace and Favor Ross. Well, yeah, and then Kerman scored it again. Kerman knows his history, and Michelle scored it. That's pretty dope. What's interesting is that she was only 15 years old, y'all. And when they interviewed her with Newsweek, she was like, it felt like Sojourner Truth was pushing down on one shoulder, and Harriet Tubman was pushing down on the other one. That's a lot of knowledge for a 15-year-old. But what they didn't like about Claudette Colvin, do you know that one, Banneker? Do you know why they didn't use her to spark the civil rights movement?
I know you spoke about it before, but I know that they wanted to use Rosa because they felt like she was better suited to push the movement.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I know she was dark skinned. I don't know if that had anything to do with it. Her skin tone was dark.
Yeah, she was dark, and she'd had a baby out of wedlock. Now we don't know if that baby came through some kind of like sexual perversion or whether she eventually married the man. I don't know that much about it, but I know that she was 15 years old with a baby, and they felt that she would be ostracized and judged, and all the attention would go to stuff like that instead of the movement. And I always refer to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. as one of the world's first social media influencers. And, you know, that's one of the reasons why. He just had an awareness of how the media would play different things. So pretty interesting, pretty interesting. So yeah, Claudette Colvin, Grace and Favor Ross, make sure you share it. I didn't see the share come across the screen. If you aren't able to share it, then it goes to Michelle Teresa if Michelle has shared this morning. Don't forget, we are getting you to share, you know, because the universe gives to the givers and takes from the takers. So yeah, Claudette Colvin. All right, here's the next one. Here's the next one. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact, Kerman. That's a fact. All right, here's the next one. This young man was 9 years old when a South Carolina librarian told him he couldn't check out any books from a segregated library in 1958. He refused to leave. He sat on a counter until they called the police, right? This is the kind of stuff that we used to have to do where they would all of a sudden, no, not share it like that, Grace. I'm talking about share it on your page. Like share it, not tag somebody in the comments, share it. Only if you want the question set 1 and 2, and if you want the vision board coloring book. If not, then you don't have to share it, and then you can just get into the Kaizen Academy for free. But we're not saying tag somebody in the comments. We're talking about share it on your page, share it to a Facebook group, something to that effect. All right, but check it out. This young man was 9 years old when a South Carolina librarian told him that he couldn't check out a book from, you know, this particular library. It was a segregated library, right? And he refused to leave. So they called the police on him. This is 1959 or 1958, 1959. And the police, when they arrived, let the young man have the books. So check it out. He leaves out with his mom. They eventually end up naming the library after him, not just because he earned a PhD in physics at MIT, but also he was one of the first astronauts to ever go into space with NASA. His first space flight was aboard the Challenger space shuttle. And of course, that was also his last space flight. He successfully maneuvered the robotic arm, right, which allowed this cat, Bruce McCandless, to be the first to do the first spacewalk without being tethered to the spacecraft. The second space flight, I'm sorry, would be his last when he went up aboard the space shuttle Challenger, and of course they exploded at liftoff. I still remember that. Do y'all remember where y'all were when the space shuttle Challenger exploded? Man, that was a traumatic event, man. He died along with 6 others. Yeah, Allie Goins won that one. That was Ronald McNair. Ronald McNair. Yeah, I don't know if y'all knew the rest of that story. I figured once I got to the space shuttle part, somebody was going to figure it out. But yeah, Ronald McNair. Ronald McNair. That's right, Michelle. Ronald McNair. Yeah, Dennis Thicklin scored it right. Yeah, Jamie. So Allie's a member of the Kaizen Academy. So you get to give a ticket to one of your teammates or something like that, Allie, for the Kaizen Academy this weekend. Let me know who you blessing with a ticket. What's up, Sharon? We got author Sharon Hudgens in the house. That's some Black history for y'all. Who wrote the book? What was the name of your book, Sharon? Let them know. She making Black history. Her children's still gonna know her name because her book is out there. All right, check it out. This dude right here, invented everything from computers to radio components. No. He didn't invent computers. Excuse me. I'm sounding like Al Gore saying he invented the internet. This Black inventor right here invented. If you look around your house, you'll see all kinds of devices that used the components. Yeah, Dennis.
Otis Boykin.
Yeah, who's that?
Otis Boykin.
Yes. Who just said Otis Boykin?
This is Alan.
Alan who?
Alan Harmon.
Okay. So I didn't even finish it. And how did you know that so quick, Alan?
Because I just read it.
Oh, okay. Right on.
Actually, I got a newsletter with my aunt, and she was sending out a whole lot of Black African American people, as far as notoriety, as far as our history. And he was one of our inventors. I can read up on him right now if you want, but yeah, he was real dope.
Yeah. Tell us about him, bro.
Okay, for sure. I got it actually. Actually a great read. So it says, few inventors have had the lasting impact of Otis Boykin. Look around the house today, and you will see a variety of devices that utilize components made by Boykin, including computers, radios, TV sets. Inventions are the more impressive when one considers he was African American in a time of segregation, and the field of electronics was not as well established as it is today. Though he attended the Illinois Institute of Technology for a time, he never graduated because he couldn't afford tuition. Instead, Boykin went to work as an inventor. He received his first patent in 1959 for a wire resistor that allowed a precise amount of electricity to flow to a component. 2 years later, he created an even better resistor that could be manufactured inexpensively and withstand extreme temperatures, changes, and shock. A low-cost product that was more reliable. The invention brought Otis Boykin to the forefront of American electronics. Consumer electronics manufacturers, the United States, IBM, all placed orders for this resistor. It would come to the use in household appliances, computers, guided missiles, and still used in many of today's devices to this very day.
Facts.
Most importantly, a version of the... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I said facts. No, go ahead.
Okay. That device, which keeps the heart beating regularly through electronic pulses, has helped the extended lives of hundreds of thousands of individuals. And Boykin's accomplishments did not stop there. He continued to invent throughout the duration of his life, which ended in 1982, working as a consultant for firms in America and Europe. And all in all, he earned 11 patents and invented 28 different electronic devices. Some of his lesser-known inventions include the burglar-proof cash register and a chemical air filter, both of which were never produced.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Everybody give it up for Alan Hartman with that awesome narration. And I appreciate you shouting out my great grandpops, Allie, Mr. Lewis Latimer. Lewis Latimer invented the filament that allowed the light bulb to be created, because they kept on creating these filaments that would burn out, and so the light bulb would get too hot. Yeah, everybody's saying thank you, Alan. I don't know if you're watching, but everybody's saying thank you for telling us more about Otis Boykin. So check it out. Yeah, JG, 11 patents, 28 inventions. I think it's real ill that some of his inventions that he got patents for never even got produced, like the burglar-proof cash register and all of that. And obviously that one probably never will get produced because we're moving into such a cashless society. But pretty cool. Appreciate that, Alan Harmon. And you just won, my brother. Okay, check it out. The next one is, who predicted the eclipse of the sun in 1788? What black man predicted the solar eclipse of 1788? What black man predicted the solar eclipse of 1788? Kind of wild when you imagine that we weren't even allowed in school and stuff like that. Anybody?
Benjamin Banneker.
That's right. Who's that?
Michael Douglas, South Carolina.
Okay, Michael Douglas in the house. That's exactly right. Benjamin Banneker. You want to tell us some more stuff about Benjamin Banneker, man?
Off the top of my head, I can tell you that he was the architect of Washington, D.C., Big Ben, the clock in London was named after him. He's also from the Dogon tribe, which is the tribe that was known for astronomy and astrology.
Yo, I did not know that Benjamin Banneker was from the Dogon tribe. Are you serious, bro?
Yes, sir. I did a lot of reading about in prison.
Hey, that is cold. For those that don't know, the Dogon tribe in Mali, West Africa, has the whole Sirius solar system outlined on the walls of their caves. So let that marinate a little bit. The whole Sirius satellite system, the whole Sirius kind of like space system, what you call that, a constellation, is drawn on the walls of their caves in Africa. Make that make sense. And Benjamin Banneker would write almanacs and what have you that could predict things like solar eclipses, what day it was going to rain 5 years from now, what the weather is going to be like. Benjamin Banneker was a wild boy. And he came from the Dogon tribe. Man, that is cold. Appreciate that, Michael Douglas. All right, so everybody who won, make sure you're sending me the addresses so we can get your prizes out. And Michael Douglas is a Kaizenite already. So, bro, if you just want to, like I said with all the other winners, let me know what other name you want to invite to the Kaizen Academy, and we're going to get them in there. For those that don't know, this weekend's Kaizen Academy is going to be all about closing for part-time business owners. A lot of people don't understand how closing works. They're using outdated closing techniques that are from before we could do brain scans and MRIs and see how the brain actually operated. Turns out you close a person before you even send them a presentation. You close the person before you even put them on a three-way call. You know, sometimes the person you put them on a three-way call needs to do the closing for you before they send them a video, before they show them a PowerPoint and read them slides. Listen to me. If you're an entrepreneur, you are in the yes business. So we're going to teach you about how to close this weekend. We're going to teach you all about how to close. Who was the first black president of the school board in Atlanta, Georgia? Moreau said he was a psychic and an empath. I never knew that either. Is that a fact, Moreau? That's interesting. That's interesting. Everybody Google that. I think she's talking about Benjamin Banneker. Dennis said, I'm a yes man. Yeah, we in a yes business, baby. All right, on your honor, you can't Google this, man. If you Google it, that's kind of like cheating. So don't cheat. Anybody know that? If we don't know, we'll just move on.
Alonzo Crumb.
All right, tell us some stuff about Alonzo. Hello?
That is a good question. I don't know much about Alonzo. I just know that when I was in APS coming through the system, he was, to me, he was a great person to bring groups together to get things done for the African American students in the system.
Okay. I love it. I love it. But actually, this was Benjamin Elijah Mays. But thank you for giving us some more Black history. The first president of the school board, the first Black president of the school board in Atlanta, Georgia, was Benjamin Elijah Mays. Anybody know anything about Benjamin Elijah Mays? Yeah, appreciate that, Queen. That was dope. Ain't nothing like organization, y'all. Organization is power. Organization is power. Kerman's like, who was a man from Georgia who was the first to teach self-sufficiency and owning land and producing your own food and products?
I know that, Elijah.
All right.
Formerly known as Elijah Poole. His daddy was a Baptist minister.
That's right. Let's see who can guess it. Let's see who can guess it. Kerman guessing his own question. I don't think he was related to Willie Mays, but you can Google that, Dennis, and let us know. I like that question right there. You could say that he learned a lot from Booker T. Washington, but Booker T. wasn't from Georgia. Hey, that's right, Dennis. That's right, Dennis. Elijah Muhammad. Yeah, Vita Lachey. George Washington Carver did a lot of amazing things. Over 300 uses for the peanut. Something like 150 uses for the sweet potato. George Washington Carver invented all kinds of things like peanut butter, et cetera, so forth, right? He did a lot with the soybean. George Washington Carver was an ill dude. He's the reason that Henry Ford calls factories a plant. So George Washington Carver was incredible. But the answer to this question was Elijah Muhammad. The answer to this question was Elijah Muhammad. Everybody with us? All right. He learned from a cat named W.D. Fard, who was a rug trader from the Middle East, who would use selling rugs to get into people's homes. And then he would teach them all about their history. Even though he was a mixed dude, you know, he's a Middle Eastern cat. But W.D. Fard is a whole other training. But yeah, Elijah Muhammad definitely taught a lot about self-sufficiency and doing for self. Many people know there's an organization called the Nation of Islam that, you know, started a lot of Black entrepreneurship as we were coming out of the 60s and coming out of segregation. All right. This doctor performed the world's first open heart surgery. This black man performed the world's first open heart surgery. In what year? In what year? The world's first open heart surgery. Anybody got one for that? The world's first open heart surgery. And for extra points, Charles Drew is close. That's close. John Drew. Let's see where y'all going. Charles Drew was amazing. Somebody know what?
But I don't know the year.
That's right, Shermaine. It was Daniel Williams. Daniel Hale Williams. That's exactly right. Anybody know? Actually, we asked this last week. We already said this. It was Provident Hospital. That's right, Royce. That's right, Daniel Hale Williams. Daniel Hale Williams. Now, somebody tell me about Charles Drew. Anybody know what Charles Drew did? Anybody know what Charles Drew did? That was definitely a good guess, Tiffany. Anybody know what Charles Drew did?
Haziq, he did blood plasma at Howard University. He was the first one to diffuse the plasma from the blood.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Very good, Tiffany. Very good. Now, was it Daniel Hale Williams or was it Charles Drew who ironically died because no one would give them the same procedure that they invented? Anybody know this one? Daniel Hale Williams and Charles Drew are often confused.
That was Charles Drew.
Tell us about it, Queen. Let us know your name and where you're from, and then tell us about it.
Oh, my name is Crystal Reynolds. I'm the Crystal. That's my first Black History Month answer that I got right. Woo! Anyway, that's from the medical field, so you know I had to know about that one. Got in a car accident, and it was near a hospital that didn't accept Black people, so they wouldn't allow him to be treated in that hospital, and that's why he died needing the blood transfusion. So,
did everybody catch that? I don't know if y'all could hear crystal clear, but what she pointed out that's absolutely true is that Dr. Daniel Hale Williams, y'all, it is a cold-blooded fact. I'm sorry, Dr. Charles Drew, it's a cold-blooded fact that he invented the blood transfusion and then died needing one because he was at a hospital that wouldn't accept Black people. So he invented the procedure, ended up needing the same procedure that he invented, and they let the man die. But welcome to America. All right, y'all. I hope we learned something today. Obviously, Crystal, you already in the Kaizen Academy, but you get to invite a teammate for free to this weekend's Kaizen Academy, just like all the other winners today. This weekend's Kaizen Academy is all about closing. So I hope that you are ready to learn something powerful this weekend. I hope you learned something real cool. Now we're about to do our affirmations because we're about to go and create some Black future. Every Friday this month, we celebrated Black History Month by playing Black to the Future, our game show. Maybe we'll do it every now and then the rest of the year. I know we'll do it around Juneteenth for sure. You know what I mean? Maybe we'll do it during the month of June as well. But study your history, y'all. Read more books. There's this book that I'm going to send out before the end of the month through our text message system. Dang, I meant to put this up the whole time. I forgot. But when you see that scrolling right there, You can join our text message system and you'll never miss an update. But I'm gonna send out this book called Black Millionaires, the story of 6 different millionaires who escaped slavery and became black millionaires, because I love their stories because they're excuse killers. This is where I found out about Mary Ellen Pleasant, who helped to fund John Brown's revolution or would-be revolution, where he was freeing the slaves and all of that. We know John Brown, the white man, it kind of went out there, because he just thought this whole thing was wrong. He was one of many of our white brothers and sisters who just felt like this was like ridiculous, a ridiculous premise. But he was funded by a black lady named Mary Ellen Pleasant. And I learned all about her story in Black Millionaires by a brother named Shomari King. If somebody could throw Shomari Willis. If somebody could throw his name in the comments, that'd be dope. Shomari Willis. Shomari Willis is his name. And the name of his book is Black Millionaires. All right, I'm giving y'all time to call in. Do your affirmations with us. Everybody call in, call in. All right, let's go, let's go.
I know you're waiting. You done got these children fired up. My boy's like, why they didn't help me? I would have fought somebody. What happened to civil rights? These boys going off. Okay, I'm sorry.
I love it, I love it. Yeah, know thyself, know thyself. All right, let's get it. Appreciate that, Jay. Jay Monet just threw an article in the comments about the circumstances on the death of Dr. Charles Drew. I love that. Man, I love our tribe. We don't be playing around here. All right, I love it, I love it. All right, y'all, let's get it. Here we go. Repeat after me, say it like you mean it.